Lil Meech goes off on 50 Cent after Big Meech's concert gets canceled. So it looks like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Big Meech just fumbled his comeback concert, and instead of taking the L, his son Lil Meech is pointing fingers at 50 Cent. But here's the million-dollar question. When you start playing dirty in the streets, you better be ready for the fallout. And the Meech family, they just proved that betrayal runs deep. The drama started when Big Meech's highly anticipated Welcome Back concert got scrapped at the last minute. And guess who Lil Meech decided to blame? Yep, 50 Cent.
50 had your key. Do you know what your one key? Me and you got the same key to any embarrassment.
He's out here claiming 50 pulled strings behind the scenes to sabotage the whole event. But if you really think about it, why would 50 even need to lift a finger when the streets are already buzzing with snitching rumors about Big Meech? Just 2 hours before the show began, the Ameribank Arena, the venue hosting the concert, made the announcement on social media. The reason behind the cancellation remains unknown, but the official statement said, "Due to unforeseen circumstances, tonight's show has been canceled." Tweeted Ameribank Arena. Refunds will be made at point of purchase. As soon as the news about Big Meech's concert dropped, 50 Cent called it. He straight up said it would never see the light of day. And now that he's been proven right, you already know he didn't waste a single second before dragging Big Meech for filth. Posting the canceled flyer like a trophy, 50 made it clear he had nothing to do with the shutdown. His caption, "Pure petty gold. I had nothing to do with this. Please stop calling my phone. I sincerely hope you have a nice day today. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm stronger than you think I am." But let's be real, no one believed that, especially when 50 doubled down, posting, "If you bought an outfit and was ready to turn up, I apologize for whoever's responsible. Let's get to that." And just when you thought he was done, 50 hit him with a knockout punch, reposting a fan accusing him of shutting down the whole event. He didn't even deny it, just smirked and said, "I apologize for your trip to Miami, but been playing with me. So you know, let's build when y'all get back to the city." Now, was 50 really behind the cancellation? We can't say for sure, but one thing's clear. He wanted Meech, Ross, and everyone else to feel that sting. Because in 50's world, betrayal doesn't get swept under the rug, it gets dragged into the spotlight one petty post at a time. And believe it or not, Lil Meech is already realizing just how badly he fumbled the bag. After all the years 50 took care of him while Big Meech was behind bars, Lil Meech flipped sides, and now he's paying the price. How bad is it? He's out here begging for paid promotions for $500. Yeah, $500. That's literal pocket change compared to the fat checks 50 was cutting him. From luxury sets and star treatment to scrambling for side hustles. It's like watching someone fall from a penthouse straight to the pavement. And if you think 50's gonna let him slide without rubbing it in, think again.
What up, though? Boss of all bosses. And today I'm coming to tell all my supporters, if you're a business owner, entrepreneur, whatever you got, you trying to make it go up, hit me right now.
If you really think about it, 50 Cent didn't just look out for Lil Meech, he practically stepped into the father figure role while Big Meech was locked up. He wasn't just cashing in on the BMF brand, he was holding down Meech's legacy, making sure the family stayed afloat. He didn't have to cast Lil Meech as his own father in the BMF series, but he did. That role didn't just put Lil Meech on the map, it put millions into his pocket and kept his family name alive. 50 even spelled it out himself. "I helped your family make over $5 million legit dollars. It's not my fault it's all gone. B, give the baby back his jewelry." So watching Lil Meech flip sides and throw shade, that betrayal cut deep. It's like watching someone you raised turn around and spit in your face. And all this drama kicked off right when Big Meech finally caught a break. After a decade behind bars, his 30-year sentence got trimmed. And by October 2024, he was out of federal prison and into a halfway house. But freedom came with strings, because the streets started buzzing with one messy question. Did Meech snitch to get out? The fallout hit fast. Tension between Big Meech and 50 Cent shook the hip-hop scene. And word on the street is, some artists, Lil Baby included, might have pulled out of events after 50 threw those snitching allegations around. The funny-ish is they was saying Lil Baby pulled up on them in a Ferrari truck, pockets full of money, and didn't give them nothing, 50 wrote. Lil Baby was 5 when you got indicted. WTF he owe you. And that right there, proof that loyalty is everything in this game. And once you cross 50, there's no coming back. 50 Cent just dropped the ultimate bombshell. A text from Lil Meech himself, and trust me, it's messy. Lil Meech is out here claiming he'd take the shirt off his back for 50, while in the same breath defending his dad's new connection to Rick Ross. And the kicker? He straight up admits Ross gave Big Meech money to hold him over until BMF picks back up. So now, Ross isn't just stirring the pot, he's got both Big Meech and his son in his pocket. Here's what Lil Meech actually said. They just told me you unfollowed me on Instagram, and now you managing Skilla Baby with Rocket, when I brought him around you first when you didn't have a clue who he was. Now you mad at me when I would take the shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this, man. You act as if I'm your enemy. I've only showed you love and loyalty, inhuman. I go through my own ish, but I never switched up on you. F. Ross, but he gave my dad some bread so he can afford to pay his bills until our next season starts. And just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, the game jumped right into the drama, clowning Lil Meech for trying to play both sides. He posted the conversation and said, "Just seen a text from Lil Meech to 50 that got me dying. Hey Lil Meech, you were supposed to be like F you, this BMF, and I'm standing with my pops. Now me and Fifth got our own issues, but them ish on pause while I post this." Then Fifth said, "What's your little A gonna do? I damn near spit my water out. What happened to Gangsta Man? Big Meech, you can't let 50 get at you like that." So now it's clear, Lil Meech is biting the very hand that fed him. 50 didn't just build his career, he kept his family afloat and put BMF on the map. And now, with Ross lurking in the shadows, Lil Meech is switching sides? That's betrayal on another level. But hold up, you might think this is just another case of he said, she said. No, we've got receipts. And the biggest bombshell? Blue Da Vinci himself is backing 50's claims. Why does that matter? Because Blue Da Vinci is the reason 50's even calling Big Meech a rat. Blue laid it all out, and it all circles back to Tammy Cowens. Now, Tammy wasn't just someone random. She was a major player in the BMF empire, even working as a co-producer on The Stars show. But here's where it gets wild. She'd secretly been a government informant since 2009. She took control of BMF Entertainment while Meech was behind bars, becoming the owner in 2008. And just a year later, she flipped and started working with the feds.
Don't understand is that he never received the time cut because what came out was that she had an illicit sexual relationship with Special Agent Keith Cromer.
And that's just scratching the surface. According to Blue, the only reason Big Meech even had a shot at early release was because they threw Cuffy, one of Meech's closest partners, under the bus. That deal should have had Meech walking free by 2018, but everything crumbled when Tammy got caught up in a scandal, an affair with a DEA officer. Once that leaked, the whole operation fell apart. At first, nobody believed Blue Da Vinci. They said he was bitter, trying to drag Meech's name through the mud. After all, Meech built his entire legacy on the no snitching code. But now, Blue's pulling out phone calls, documents, straight-up receipts. And suddenly, what seemed unthinkable is starting to look very real. Yeah, you heard that right. Cuffy and Big Meech weren't just business partners, they were tight for years. But according to Cuffy's daughter, Tamara Gatling, her family was blindsided when they discovered Meech had a hand in setting her father up.
My dad was set up by one of his best friends, which is Demetrius Flannery, also known as Big Meech.
And how did they find out? Well, they managed to uncover the identity of one of the confidential informants in the case. And guess whose name kept popping up? Big Meech.
In 2011, around that time, Meech reached out to my dad in regards to creating a BMF movie.
Now, when 50 Cent says he's gearing up to drop a bombshell documentary exposing all of Meech's shady dealings, you know it's about to get ugly. 50 didn't just pull the informant label out of thin air. He's claiming Tammy Cowens was the one who played a major role in getting Meech's sentence reduced. And if you believe 50's version, Meech had to do more than just sit quietly. He had to talk to make that deal happen. And we know in the streets, there's nothing worse than being called a snitch. And if you think that's just 50 stirring the pot, think again. Tammy's sworn affidavit confirms some of the most damning details.
She expressly states that Demetrius Flannery, Big Meech, put her in contact with Fidel Suarez out of California and Dion Gatlin, who is Cuffy out of St. Louis, to arrange a large sale.
To make matters worse, 50's not backing down. He's doubling down. In a separate post, he hinted that Meech's former assistant and BMF producer Tammy Cowens was the real key to the OG's downfall. And this ain't just talk. 50's teasing a tell-all documentary that promises to blow the lid off everything. The biggest mistake he ever made was not sustaining his relationship with Tammy Cowens, 50 wrote, posting a rat meme to drive the point home. Now this wasn't just shade, this was 50 straight up implying that Tammy, who has already been accused of cooperating with the feds, played a critical role in Meech's case. But hold on, while everyone's focused on the snitching rumors and federal ties, there's one crucial detail flying under the radar. Boosie's reaction to his concert cancellation says it all. According to him, some skeletons from the past have finally caught up with the Meech clan, and it's starting to hit their pockets. The arena was open. Everything was open. It was going down. Some federal people came in here with letters like "shut this ish down." And according to Vibe, things might actually be worse than we thought. While Meech has always maintained his down-by-law persona, reports suggest he may have engaged in third-party cooperation while in prison to personally benefit from it. And this is why his early release is raising so many eyebrows. Tammy Cowens played a role, but so did 50 Cent. Reggie Wright said Meech got off lightly because 50 was backing him. 50 saw Meech as someone he fully supported. But when Meech linked up with Rick Ross, that loyalty was gone.
Because a lot of y'all say, how can a motherfucker do 30 years, 20 years, and then y'all still saying he snitched? Well, because he didn't get 50 motherfucking years.
Now 50 is calling him a snitch and making sure the industry turns on him. Reggie also suggested 50 has his own snitching ties, flipping the script on him. The tables have turned.
But now motherfucking 50 Cent post that tweet asking about that, talking about he ain't gonna do a documentary on that, explaining that. Man, how quick the tables turn.
And just when you thought 50 was done, he cranked things up another notch. On Wednesday morning, he fired off a brutal post calling Big Meech ungrateful and accusing him of abandoning his own son, Lil Meech. Why old boy didn't look out for Mimi and send him to acting school, Big Screech, 50 wrote, making sure everyone knew who really put Lil Meech on the map. All your people that was out did nothing for him. You come home thinking you the Black Pablo Escobar and effed him up. That wasn't just shade, it was a direct hit. Because while Big Meech was busy playing Kingpin after his release, 50 was the one paying for Lil Meech's acting school, setting him up for success in Hollywood. And guess who didn't step in to help? Rick Ross. Yep, 50 didn't miss the chance to call that out either. When an old post resurfaced showing Lil Meech and Ross's daughter, Toei Roberts, who he used to date, 50 jumped right in. He questioned why Ross, with all his industry connections, never extended a hand to the Flannery family. Why old boy didn't look out for Mimi and send him to acting school, Big Screech, he asked again. All your people that was out did nothing for him. But 50 didn't just stop at Instagram rants. He took things to a whole new level of petty by creating an actual GoFundMe page to help Big Meech pay his bills. No joke. The page, reportedly set up by Corey Smith, had a $10,000 goal and was shared by 50 himself on his IG, turning the whole situation into a spectacle. The description on the page? Pure savagery. Big Meech, who co-founded the notorious organization Black Mafia Family, was released from the Federal Bureau of Prisons late last year in 2024. Meech came home with plans for a big homecoming concert, but unfortunately the event was canceled due to unforeseen circumstances. Meech currently needs help paying his bills. Any help will be much appreciated. Now if that doesn't scream war, I don't know what does. 50's making it clear he's not just talking, he's clowning Meech for everything from his parenting to his pockets. And let's not forget Boosie's reaction to his concert cancellation. He didn't mince words either. According to him, some old mistakes have finally caught up to the Meech clan. At this point, it's not just about loyalty or business, it's personal. 50's pulling out every receipt, every betrayal, and every embarrassing moment to prove one thing. Big Meech's empire isn't as solid as it seems. And with the way things are unfolding, this feud is far from over. And with Lil Meech firing back, 50's doubling down, and Big Meech's concert dreams crumbling. This drama is only getting messier. So what do you think? Is Lil Meech standing up for his family, or is he burning bridges with the very man who built his career? And with 50 promising to drop that tell-all documentary, will Big Meech's legacy survive the heat? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next.